Pasta shapes fall into two categories. Smooth pasta, like spaghetti or linguine, works best with oil-based or light sauces that coat the surface evenly. Ridged, hollow, or textured pasta, like rigatoni or fusilli, works best with chunky, heavy sauces that get trapped inside the grooves and tubes. The shape is designed to hold a specific type of sauce. That's the whole system. Spaghetti, the most recognized pasta on Earth. Long, thin, round, and cross-section. The word means little strings in Italian. It originated in Naples and spread globally through Italian emigration in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Best with aglio e olio, carbonara, marinara. The thin, round shape works with sauces that cling to the surface. Eggs and fat in carbonara coat it perfectly. The one thing spaghetti does not work well with: chunky meat sauce. The chunks slide off. Use rigatoni for that. Linguine looks like spaghetti but is flattened. Oval in cross-section rather than round. The word means little tongues. That flat surface grips sauce slightly better than round spaghetti, which is why linguine is the traditional choice for vongole, clams in white wine and olive oil. The flat edge picks up the briny, oily sauce in a way that round pasta doesn't. Interesting fact, in Genoa, where pesto was invented, linguine is the traditional pasta for it. Not the short pasta shapes most people reach for outside Italy. Fettuccine wider and flatter than linguine. Fettuccine means little ribbons, and that's exactly what it looks like. The wide, flat surface was designed for thick, creamy sauces. Alfredo, butter, and Parmesan is the classic pairing. The sauce needs surface area to cling to, and fettuccine provides more of it than any other long pasta. Fettuccine Alfredo, as most people know it, full, heavy cream, multiple cheeses, is actually an American invention. The Roman original is just butter, pasta water, and aged Parmesan, emulsified into a silky coating. No cream at all. Penne short, cylindrical, cut diagonally at both ends. The name comes from the Italian word for quill. The cut end resembles the tip of an old writing pen. Penne comes in two versions: liscia, smooth, and rigate, ridged. The ridged version, penne rigate, is almost always the better choice. The ridges grip sauce, the hollow tube fills with it, and you get sauce in every bite. Classic pairing: arrabbiata, spicy tomato, or any chunky vegetable sauce. The tube captures the sauce completely. Using penne with a light oil-based sauce is technically fine, but misses the point of the shape. Rigatoni larger than penne, with ridges and cut straight rather than diagonally. Rigatoni means ridged ones. This is the heavyweight of pasta shapes. The large tube and deep ridges were designed for the most robust, meaty sauces. Ragu, braised short rib, amatriciana. The size means chunks of meat actually fit inside the tube. In Rome, rigatoni con la pahata, rigatoni with offal sauce, is one of the oldest traditional dishes still served. Not for everyone, but it exists because the shape was built exactly for that kind of thick, intense sauce. Fusilli spiral-shaped pasta. The word comes from fuso, spindle, because traditionally it was made by rolling pasta around a thin rod. The spiral is one of the most efficient sauce-trapping shapes in existence. The grooves hold both liquid and solid ingredients simultaneously, which is why fusilli works well in pasta salads as well as hot dishes. Best pairing, pesto. The spiral captures the chunky herb paste in every groove. Spaghetti with pesto loses most of the sauce to the bottom of the bowl. Fusilli keeps it exactly where it should be. Farfalle, the bow tie shape. Farfalle means butterflies in Italian, made by pinching a rectangle of pasta in the center. The pinched center is thicker than the edges, which means farfalle has two different textures in a single piece. The edges cook faster and stay slightly delicate while the center remains firmer. Best with light cream sauces, salmon, or spring vegetables. The shape is too delicate for heavy meat sauces. It visually and texturally fits lighter dishes. Using farfalle in a bolognese works, but looks and eats slightly wrong. Orecchiette small, round concave, shaped like a tiny ear. Orecchiette means little ears. It comes from Puglia in southern Italy and is still made by hand in many homes there. The concave shape creates a small cup that holds chunky ingredients, which is why the classic dish is orecchiette con le cime di rapa, pasta with turnip tops and anchovies. The bitter greens sit inside the cup of each piece. This is one of the oldest pasta shapes still in common use, and one of the few that's almost exclusively handmade in its region of origin. Dried factory versions exist, but are considered inferior by anyone who has had the fresh version. Tagliatelle long, flat ribbons, similar to fettuccine but slightly narrower, and always made with egg pasta rather than semolina. Tagliatelle comes from Emilia-Romagna, the same region that gave the world Parmigiano Reggiano, prosciutto, and bolognese. The connection is not coincidental. Tagliatelle al ragu, what the rest of the world calls spaghetti bolognese, should always, traditionally, be made with tagliatelle. The Bolognese Academy of Cuisine actually registered the official recipe for ragu bolognese in 1982, and specified tagliatelle as the only correct pasta. Spaghetti bolognese is an international adaptation. In Bologna, it doesn't exist. Conchiglie shell-shaped pasta. The name means shells. The shape is modeled directly on a seashell, with ridges on the outside and a hollow, curved interior. The shell is one of the most practical shapes for thick, chunky sauces. The hollow interior fills completely. Beans, lentils, and meat chunks all get captured inside. Conchiglie con fagioli, shells with white beans and tomato broth, is a classic Italian comfort dish where the shape does the work. Every shell becomes a small vessel of broth and beans. No other pasta shape achieves the same effect. Pappardelle, the widest of all long pasta shapes. Broad, flat ribbons, sometimes up to 3 centimeters wide. The name comes from a word meaning to gobble up. Pappardelle was designed for one purpose: to carry the heaviest, most intense meat sauces in Italian cooking. Wild boar ragu, braised hare, slow-cooked lamb shoulder. The wide surface can carry the weight and richness of these sauces without disappearing under them. Using pappardelle with a light tomato sauce is the pasta equivalent of wearing a winter coat in summer. Technically possible. Clearly designed for something else. Orzo looks exactly like large grains of rice, which is why it's sometimes called risoni. It is pasta, not rice, made from semolina flour. Orzo is the most versatile pasta shape on this list because it crosses categories. It can be cooked like pasta in boiling water or like risotto, absorbing stock slowly in a pan. It works in soups, in cold salads, baked in a dish, or served alongside proteins as a side. Its small size means it pairs with fine, light sauces or broths rather than chunky ones. But its adaptability makes it the pasta shape that most chefs outside Italy reach for first when pasta needs to behave like something else. Here's the simple rule that covers almost every situation. Light oil or butter sauce. Use long, thin pasta. Spaghetti, linguine, fettuccine. Chunky meat or vegetable sauce. Use ridged tubes or shells. Rigatoni, penne rigate, conchiglie. Pesto or cream sauce. Use shapes that trap it. Fusilli, trophy, fettuccine. Broth or soup. Use small pasta. Orzo, ditalini, small conchiglie. Heavy braised meat. Use wide, flat pasta. Pappardelle, tagliatelle. There are over 350 named pasta shapes in Italy. Every single one was designed with a specific sauce or cooking method in mind. The shape is never random. Once you understand that, every pasta dish you make gets better immediately.